The reason Jeff Crontal had to be fired was that several months earlier, O'Neill's had been persuaded to bring in a fast racing bond salesman named Osman Semercy and give him a title global hit of fixed income, currencies, and commodities that effectively made him Crontal boss. Semercy, a 39 years old British citizen of Turkish descent, had a reputation for being extremely driven and extremely aggressive. Exactly 10 traits O'Neill wanted to the trading desk. Semercy wouldn't be afraid to take big means boss, a big risk they generate big profits. We wouldn't be accessible cautions the way Crontal sometimes was. Semercy also had a reputation for being a mean boss, which O'Neill didn't mind at all. He was in your space, says a former Merrill executives. He had a reputation internally that if you got on his bad side, he would write your name down and look for a change to get you. Merrill traders used to call in the blacklist. Semercy would actually walk the floors with a pen and clipboard in hand, writing down things he didn't like. For his part, Semercy says that the jurisdictions of him, which was derived from interviews with many of the key players at Merrill Lynch at the time, is an utter falsehood. The notion that he would walk the trading floor and write things down he didn't like, he said in a lengthy letter. He simplifies. Semercy was also someone who couldn't tolerate anyone who might be a threat to him. Crontal, the most respected trader at Merrill Lynch, centrally fit the bill, so as a condition of taking the promotions, he insisted that he be able to fire control and thus close to him and assemble his own team of executives and traders. Semercy insists that he was Don Kim who decided to fire Crondall and that the decision has been made a month before I assumed my role of global head of fixed income in August 2006. Dan Kim had been one of the men who convinced O'Neill to promote Semercy. The other was Merrill Chief's administrative officer, Hamans Fakanai, although Fakanahi had spent his career of the administrative side of Merrill, overseeing such functions as human resource and computer systems. He wielded outside power because he was indisputable the one executive who was close to O'Neill's. Fakani was the one guy that could go into Sten office, close the door, and say, "Can you believe?" Says a former executive. He had worked in the Merrill Financial office when O'Neill had CEO and had essentially hitched his gown to O'Neill's pony. By general consensus, was deeply his overheat hit. He knew virtually nothing about trading or about the complication of manning a balance sheet the size of Merrill's. He was also in charge of Merrill's risk management functions, another subject about which he knew next to nothing. He was paying Mercy more because he knew Mercy would help to O'Neill's than because Mercy knew how to run a mortgage desk. In fact, Mercy knew very little about the credit markets. He didn't understand USA-based risk, say a former Merrill executive. O'Neill's would later tell friends that nobody had recommended Grontal for promotions, while Semercy had been recommended by two of his top guys, Fakani and Kim, but that remark just serves to illustrate how out of touch O'Neill had become. O'Neill had never been the king of CEO who waltzed the trading floor. The intricacies of the firm's trading positions held to interest for him, except to the extent they showed profits or losses. His constant demands that his trading executives take more risks was based mainly on his exigence that Goldman Sachs and Lehman Brothers had more profitable trading desk rather than on a deep understanding of what those risks entailed. His feel for the firm's risk positions came primarily from reading their daily bar reports. Whenever he went to Washington or attend conference, he would hear about the risks of, say, leveraged loans, so he kept close tabs of that part of business.